Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us today for the live webinar From Log to Lumber with One Operator, brought to you by Springer. I'm Katherine Giles, the Digital Media Coordinator with Annex Business Media, and I'll be your moderator for today's session. Before we get started, I'd like to quickly go over a few housekeeping items. First, today's webinar is being recorded. If you have to leave early or would like to revisit any part of the presentation, a link of the recording will be emailed to everyone within 24 hours. Secondly, the audience is in listen-only mode, so your cameras and microphones are turned off. However, we do encourage your participation. If you have any questions at any point during the presentation, please submit them using the Q&A button found at the bottom of your Zoom panel. If you don't see it, you may need to click on the More button first. We'll do our best to address all questions during the Q&A session at the end of the presentation. There will be a post-webinar survey that will pop up on your screen once the webinar ends, so please look out for it, and we look forward to your feedback. Now I'd like to introduce your speakers. Today we're joined by two Springer experts who bring both deep technical knowledge and real-world operational experience. Michael Dörflinger, Sales Director and Vice President for North America, has spent more than 25 years at Springer, building a long-term customer partnerships and delivering highly customized technology solutions across global markets. He's joined by Sean Evie, who brings over 27 years of hands-on veneer manufacturing experience, including time as a general manager at Springer Customer, and now helps bridge the gap between system performance and day-to-day production realities. Together, they offer a practical end-to-end perspective on solutions that deliver lasting value well beyond installation. So please join me in welcoming Michael and Sean.
Very much welcome to our webinar here in Austria. We are a team, Sean and Michael. I'm Michael, this is Sean. And we are looking forward to a productive and informative discussion about the Springer portfolio. We will focus on our new innovations and especially have a focus on our Sawbox.
Yeah, Michael, we're sitting inside the new Sawbox booth.
Yes.
It's amazing, isn't it? All TLT and glue lam structure. It's an awesome facility. Yeah.
You're right. Yes.
Michael, do you want to start us off?
I will start with the agenda and about what we'll follow. We will talk about 15 minutes about about Springer, about our innovations, and then we will focus on the main topic of today, the Sawbox. That will take about 30 minutes, maybe 35 minutes. And the remaining 10 minutes will be available for our audience for questions and answers. So maybe a little bit about the history of Springer. The company was founded 1952. Today, it's actively managed by the third generation of the Springer family, managed by Gero and Timo Springer. Springer continues to evolve in the wood processing industry with innovative solutions. Springer entered the North American market in 2014 with a warehouse located in South Carolina and the sales and service office in British Columbia. Maybe, Sean, you can talk a little bit about the locations we have.
So the locations, Springer headquarters and primary manufacturing is located in Friesack in the southern part of Austria. The controls division is located in Linz and a satellite office in Klagenfurt. Springer is committed to developing their employees by offering internal apprenticeship programs in 7 different vocations. Students starting in the grade 8 follow through to high school and into first-year university. Springer solutions have circled the globe and have been delivered to 6 continents with more than 30 installations in North America.
Few words why customers have chosen Springer. Springer focuses on high quality and reliability. And it's very important for us to provide customized solutions to our customers. Our innovations help us or our customers to maximize productivity and performance. Our commitment to deliver the right solution for our customers includes research and development, engineering, installation, and continuous service. Springer's planet-friendly mindset guides us utilizing energy-efficient and environmentally responsible solutions.
Springer's capacity begins with the 40-acre site in Friesach, including engineering facilities, manufacturing and machining, paint shop, a warehouse, and storage, as well as final packaging and logistics. Nearby, a second facility housing our service department and equipment testing.
Let's move on to the solutions and to the Springer portfolio. As you can see here on the screen, Springer provides equipment for log handling. On the very left side on the screen, you can see conveyors. We provide equipment for lumber handling. We provide equipment for automatic wrapping system, wrapping packages, lumber packages, as well as controls for the systems, including robotic automations.
Michael, I'm going to begin with talking about screws. The screw technology debuted in North America in 2016. It is widely recognized by the industry as being first developed by Springer, providing full electric control and efficient movement of logs. The screw unscrambles, aligns, and conveys logs with minimal energy consumption and maximum control and productivity. The sequencing and conveying is done seamlessly with minimal fiber damage and equipment wear. The screw feeders initiate log movement in the direction of the receiving conveyor, minimizing gap and log impact. I was the mill manager for Coastland in 2017 when we installed the Springer merchandising line, and the screw technology was a determining factor.
Thank you, Sean. Maybe in addition to this one point worth to mention, we installed about 60 units now in North America.
60 units.
60. All right. The next unit we would like to talk about, the next component, is our Taylor 1200. It's a flare reducer. Springer provides flare reducers with a single and a dual head design. The cycle time, and this is quite amazing for the reduction of the logs or the flare, is 5 seconds. And the whole process can be done inline or offline on a bypass section to maximize production and the log flow. Springer's experience using the flare reducer provides a seamless and flow downstream. Let's talk a little bit about the backing. Springer offers different kind of solutions for cutting stems. 2 solutions, in fact. We provide, as you can see here on the screen, the stationary system on the longitudinal section, or you can see it now on the screen, saw with shifting saws or a backing unit with shifting saws on the transverse sections. Maybe, Sean, you can talk a little bit more about the entire merchandises.
Yeah. So the entire merchandiser lines include or would include log in-feed sections, debarking, scanning, optimized bucking solutions, trimming, and multi-bin sorting. The whole system is designed, engineered, manufactured, installed, and commissioned by Springer. Michael, how many bins maximum that Springer's installed on a sort operation?
We have like 200 bins.
So 200 bins, amazing.
So let's switch to the lumber section. We talk a little bit about.
I get to talk about this one.
Yes.
The e-feeder. This is everyone's favorite to watch. The e-feeder singulates multi-dimensional lumber to lug chain, feeding the grading lines, including timber dimensions up to 6 by 6. For processing timber, 2 arms in tandem are used to handle the heavier material. for the larger 6x6.
Mm-hmm.
The E-feeder has been named the Crazy Horse and has proven to be a very reliable, material-friendly, and remarkably low-maintenance unit. It can be positioned or exchanged in existing lumber grading lines.
Thank you. Another component we are very proud of is, we call it the E-cut. E stands for electric. So we are not using any hydraulic or pneumatic on this unit. And this unit is being used for grading lines, so just before the sorter. And Springer's beltless trimmer precisely cuts up to 200 boards per minute with low power consumption. It works regardless of temperature and is a low cost and trouble-free machine due to the controlled movement of boards and trim ends. Again, this unit can be positioned or exchanged in existing lumber grading lines.
And now we'll move into the Toro. The Toro is one of Springer's unique lumber bundling solutions, capable of bundling 15 packages per minute. It handles a wide range of dimensions and offers adaptable strapping positions. Originally designed for small finished lumber bundles delivered to home centers for merchandising to retail customers. The machine is operator controlled to customize bundle sizes at will. The Toro is an example of Springer listening to its customers' needs and building an elegant and practical solution. The Toro can be positioned into existing stacking lines and can be toggled on and off.
Springer offers also entire grading lines. Now we would like to show you a short video of a Springer high-speed stacking solution on the dry end. For this, we are using a double fork system with semi-automatic lath or stick dispensers, movable dispensers. And this system is able to stack up to 28 layers or tiers per minute. So it's a high-speed solution.
That is remarkable.
Oh, yeah. Let's continue on the lumber handling side. That's going to be the last unit we are talking about, the lumber handling. It's the wrapper ED3000, we call it, and we are very proud of this unit. We have been installing this one for a few times now, also in North America. The ED3000 wrapper innovative concept enables efficient and automatic wrapping on finished lumber packages. And the benefits are outstanding. A fully automatic film magazine dispenses for 6 rows on top of the machine. It's continuous production, not interrupted by the wrapping process. The unit creates a bag, custom adapted to the package sizes. Another benefit is both welding and sewing heads are available depending on film time. So we are using a sewing head for woven material and a welding head for polyethylene material. Maintenance on this unit is very minimal. The whole system can be fit easily into existing wrapping lines due to its small and short footprint. And as an add-on, so you can see now on the screen, we also provide a stapler unit to secure the bags to the lumber stack without strapping.
All right, Michael. What we're going to do is we're going to move into the feature product of today, and we're going to talk about the Sawbox. The Sawbox offers the possibility of operating compact sawmills with a very high degree of automation. The system debarks, reduces, measures, chips, and separates round timber. The resulting sawn timber is scanned, pre-sorted, and stacked using a semi-automatic stick laying system. In addition to the whole system, we offer a dry sorter add-on, which contains a lumber infeed, Boards are scanned and presented to the the PET saw before entering the tray loader. Alternatively, the green lumber sorting system may also be used for the boards coming from the kilns. The entire system can be controlled by just one person from a centrally located control room. We're sitting in it right now. The system offers small timber companies the opportunity to supply themselves with sawn timber, reducing the dependence on other suppliers. Within the last 2 years, Springer has designed, manufactured, and trialed the Sawbox in-house. After a test period of 2 months, we have now relocated the machine to our customer, Cementy. Michael, do you want to discuss some of the benefits of the Sawbox?
Quite a few benefits. We would like to mention benefit number 1. It's the footprint. With the footprint ranging from 1,000 square meters to a maximum of 1,500 square meters, that's about 11,000 square feet to 16,000 square feet, the Sawbox enables optimal use of company premises. Another benefit is companies can cut their own round timber, thereby optimizing their production costs and not depending on their suppliers. Another benefit, the investment costs for setting up the Sawbox are only a fraction of those for conventional sawing technology. Investing in your own sawmill is affordable again. The use of local wood, and this is another benefit, and the recycling of all wood waste support the local economy and contribute to sustainability. In-house production enables stable product prices on the long term. Another benefit number 6, the Sawbox increases yield, and this is quite amazing what you can get out of this unit, and thus maximizes the use of brown timber as a resource. Another slide we would like to show you in a bit on the screen are the technical data. We slightly touched the space requirements. So for the whole system, also the system where we are at right now, we need a space of a footprint of about 1,100,000 to 1,600,000 16,000 square feet. The cutting capacity, we are calculating with the capacity of roundwood coming in of 15,000 cubic meters up to 30,000 cubic meters. So 15,000 would be on one shift, 30,000 on 2 shifts. And million board feet, it is like 6.5 to 13 million board feet. The log diameters we can handle ranges from 10 inches up to 40 inches. So we can handle quite huge diameters with this machine. The lengths, we can handle 10 foot up to 20 foot. All in all, the electricity consumption at most will be maximum 500 kilowatts hours.
Right.
John.
Okay, Michael, thank you. We're now going to, let's look at the processes with a simulation video of the Cementy site. So this is a computer-generated, complete modeling of the site. This video will give a complete overview of the equipment as we will be showing you live in a moment.
So the material flow, right now you can see the in-feed, starts at the log in-feed. From there, a mobile shuttle transports the unsorted 2 to 6 meter long logs to a debarker, which also serves as a reducer in case you have flares on it. Next, that's what you see right now, is a cross-cut saw. It makes a clean cut on both ends of the logs. After that, the logs are transferred to a cross conveyor and measured using a 3D log scanner. Based on the data obtained, the software generates the optimal cutting pattern. The actual cutting is carried out by a processing unit also developed by Springer.
So Michael, we're now watching the transfer, the shuttle, and beginning to see where the handoff takes place into the cross conveyor. You can see the log sitting in the loader arms.
Waiting for the conveyor to be ready, going to the measuring device. Maybe a few words about the shuttle itself, and we are going to explain later on when we are there on site.
You can notice the double chain, and it allows the block to be actually put into a reject bin should the operator determine that needs to get ejected.
Exactly. Those chains in the shuttle, they also help to rotate the log during the debarking process.
So you can see the pass off to the cross conveyor. The block is, again, like Michael said earlier here, it's being now scanned to determine the optimum cutting pattern. And again, we're going to show you live the actual configuration here with some real live video, or pardon me, some recorded video of blocks at the saw site. So the processing head unit moves over the clamped logs and produces sharp-edged lumber in a single pass. The system is equipped with a profiling unit, 2 vertical circular saws for crosscuts, and a bandsaw. The finished lumber is pushed off longitudinally and transported to a sorting tower via a cross conveyor. So you can see now the sawn lumber being pushed. And then
roller conveyor.
Yep, driven roller conveyor, and then it gets fed onto the cross conveyor, separating them each board. They are now going to be positioned into the stacking system. The tray loader automatically loads by grade each of the levels. A robot then will unload using the tray and place it into the grade bin up and down the track. In Semente, they actually have both a green and a dry sorting line.
That's right, yeah. Again, logs with diameters from 10 to 40 inches can be processed, so 25 to 1 meter or 100 centimeters. The Sawbox demonstrates its advantages, especially when it comes to larger diameters. The larger the diameter, the higher the output. The system installed at Semente here is designed for logs with an average diameter of 35 centimeters, so this is about 14 inches, and an annual output of 15,000 cubic meters. So that will be about 6.5 million board feet. The Sawbox concept is modular by design, with the lumber sorting being potentially shared by a secondary processing unit. Again, the Sawbox requires only, and this is the amazing fact, only 1,000 to 1,500 square meters of space, so much less than any conventional saw line.
Okay, Michael. Well, we're gonna change this to a little bit of a live action so you can do a walkthrough.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna stay here with Jakob, and I will comment on the videos of the processes you're going to describe to us.
So let's have a look at the fit section of the whole unit of the Sawbox. And maybe you can have a peek here at the back where you see the operator cabin. In this case, everything made out of CLT. This is the walkway going down actually to the Sawbox unit itself. You see it here on the left side. We will just have a walk around the Sawbox. The infeed system is right over there. Let's go. This whole part is the back of the Sawbox. We are going around the Sawbox. Later on, we will come back here. And we are going down to the infeed section, going to the passing the cutting device and the debarker. As you can see, it's already nighttime here in Austria. Let's start here on the infeed conveyor. This conveyor is about 9 meters long. And in this case, it's for a log length from 3 to 5 meters, but we can anytime add chains for longer logs. Second unit is a simple jack ladder to unscramble the pile of logs. And here on to my left is a stop end loader. And this stop end loader is feeding the logs into the shuttle. What you also see here, right at the position of the stop end loader, is a measuring device. So it's a laser scanner. In this position of the stop end loader, we are already checking the length of the logs being transferred to the shuttle. This is necessary for the cutting later on. And then, Jacob, if you go ahead with the video, please show the video of the infeed section, please.
Testing all of the equipment. You'll see the shuttle backing up to receive a log. Again, note on the infeed, this is from mixed wood. So albeit they look like they're similar sized, it can be a mixed diameter of logs.
Let's move on to the first unit after the infeed section. So right now I'm at the back of the debarker. At the back you can see the counterweight. In front we have a driven racer head. The length of this racer head is 24 inches. And again, you can use this unit for debarking the logs, or if there is a flare end detected, you can also use it as a flare and reducer, which is quite necessary for the process later on. On the left side of the debarker, you can see our cutting device. This is a unit for cutting precise length of the logs. So overlengths will be handled here. Please go ahead with the video.
As Michael described, the debarker removes bark that gets deposited into the waste conveyor below. This is just pressure fed with the razor head. The razor head is 24 inches in width, and it takes only minutes. Again, the operator can override should they see that the flare needs to be reduced, and it's under their control. The block advances, so both the leading edge and the trailing edge of the block are trimmed for cleanup and length.
So from here, we walk straight up to the infeed section, going to the Sawbox. So this is the rail from the infeed up to the transverse area where the logs are being transferred into the conveyor, leading to the scanning. We have included a scanning device with two scanner heads on top and one scanner head at the bottom. And maybe you can run the video, please, of this section.
So you're seeing the log. So you're seeing the log passed off to the cross conveyor, is being positioned for the 3D scan. The cross conveyor chains do an XY alignment when it gets passed off to the spindles. The spindles themselves, from a height variation, will make that adjustment for the Y direction. So again, the scanning process is relatively quick. And you can see in the video that another block just got dropped off by the shuttle.
Okay, from this area of the scanning, we go straight into the area where we do the cutting itself. You see on your screen now all the waste handling underneath. So there's a belt conveyor, actually two belt conveyors. And you also see those spindles, one on the left, one on the far end. They are going to hold the logs, they're going to clamp the log. But first, actually, I would like to show you what is underneath this cabinet here. This cabinet contains the chipper heads. And those chipper heads are making the clean face on top of the cant and also the profile of the logs. But I think, Christian, we go with the camera straight back to the backside of the Sawbox, to the other side of the area where we have the bandsaw itself and the rib saws. Maybe a quick glimpse to this area here. We have installed the grease system, so the whole system is equipped with the automatic grease system. Also, the pneumatic control system is located here at the back of the Sawbox. Let's continue on to the other side of the Sawbox, where the bandsaw and the rib saw carriage is mounted. Again, we need to go down here. So we are just on the opposite side now. Over there is the carriage with the chipper heads. In the middle, you see the spindles. They are clamping the log. Just down there, you see 5 arms. They are all separately movable and adjustable, and with clamping device on top of those 5 supporting arms. What you see here is the area where we are still going to install. Again, we are not finished with the installation. We are going to install the bandsaw itself here in this area on these drums. In the middle, you see the rib saws. They are adjustable. We have a couple of them, so 2 of them. And the measuring is done also here on this device, on the carriage of where we have mounted the rib saw and the bandsaw. The measuring is up here. You see a camera up there and the laser scanner. So with this camera, we are checking the quality of the logs. And with the laser head, we are checking the dimension. Let's go for the video.
In this video, the scanned log has been centered and is being picked up by the block spindles. It's going to do a rotation for the optimal cutting pattern. These supports from below come up, and the chipper carriage now profiles the top. So it does a single pass, cleans the top off. On its return, it will bring the bandsaw, in addition to chipping and profiling the first board. The block will be turned. And the support pieces from below will clamp the board. Which allows the spindles to then fall out of the line of the bandsaw. You will see this video now where we're nearing the end of the sawing of the block. The bandsaw is now pushing the timber off. The remaining section is profiled and will be cut again by the bandsaw. The remaining clamped portion, the minimum, is 1 inch. However, the sawn timbers can be as small as 10 millimeter. The chipping heads can cut to a maximum depth of 3.5 inches. The maximum cutting speed is 180 feet per minute. The bandsaw is 7 inches in width with a kerf of 120 thou. The rip saw's kerf is 180 thou. The dual rip saws would enable as many as 3 boards to be cut simultaneously.
So we are at the back of the Sawbox unit. This one is the pusher you have seen in the video.
This is the one, the unit pushing out the boards into or onto the longitudinal roller conveyor, driven roller conveyor. One thing we would also like to mention is that in this area here, you can add a rip saw for ripping or splitting big timber also. This would maximize the capacity, the output capacity. So from this roll case, we go, in this case, to the right side, and we are feeding a conveyor. We call it the loader. That's the device loading the sorting trays. In this case, we have 2 sorting trays, and that is a capacity of 12 trays. And you can sort here after dimensions, after quality. You have quite a flexibility here. Jacob, please go ahead with the video.
So as Michael described, the multiple boards were scanned by the camera that was on the head of the saw carriage. The boards on the outfeed are then delivered to the cross conveyor and loaded under the cable tray.
So right now where I'm standing on top of the sorting trays. What you see here on my left hand are the stick magazines. This is a semi-automatic system. So you can feed them manually from up here, and they are all adjustable. So whatever lengths you need to put sticks on, you can adjust it here with these magazines. And Christian, I think we just go down to the bottom, to the floor level, and let's have a look how we do the stick laying or the stick or the board sorting. So you can see here the long track with the robotic system. This is we use KUKA or also ABB with vacuum devices. And on the left side, not yet installed, is the area where the robotic system will stack the layers and perform a package. Please go ahead with the video, please.
So a loaded tray is pushed out into the tray unloader. It's receiving its sticks, and it will go back down and being presented to the stacking robot. The robot then moves into position and utilizing a suction on the tool arm. It lifts the sawn lumber and places it into the appropriate grade bin. These bins can be doubled up, creating multiple grade capacities for each unit. The robot also utilized or will be utilized in the dry sorting application.
So right now here, we are done at the lower floor level. Again, you can see the rail here where the robotic system is mounted. Attached to it is the vacuum system. And right now you have a better view of the stick laying system. So when the layers are coming out from the sorting system from the sorting trays. They go onto this outfeed conveyor. The outfeed conveyor will lift the tier or the layer up to the magazine, and the magazine is automatically dispensing the sticks onto the tier. And then the robotic system will pick up via the vacuum system the tier or the layer and bring it to the stack where it should be positioned, anywhere in this area. Right now, or in a couple of weeks, we are going to install these bins here, and we will have the possibility to stack 8 different or lumber onto 8 different bins. Okay.
All right, we're waiting for Michael to come back up to us. I have to say that this facility is remarkable. The wood construction, as an operator or a past operator, I would have thoroughly enjoyed having the space and the aesthetics that wood brings to an operation like this. Michael, well done.
Thank you.
I think Catherine, I think she's been arranging some questions for us.
Yeah.
Hi, yes, a few questions come in here. If you could answer, what is the yield of the Sawbox?
Okay, well, based on the measurements and the stats that have been gathered from the trials at Springer, again, this is the big variable is the diameters and the log lengths, but 70% has been achieved in the outturn.
So yes, we had a test run of about 2 months, in-house test run, and the outcome was 70% yield, which is comparing, or 70 to 75. I'm being corrected right now, so it's even better. So 70 to 75%. This is I think all the sawmillers know we are normally there in a range of 60%, but 70 to 75 is really very high. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Another one here is, what is the power consumption and requirements of the Sawbox, including stacking and grading?
The power consumption, so the max would be 500 kilowatt, and everything runs on a 480 volt version.
Okay, and what is the? Sorry,
Catherine, I see a question here that I want to answer.
Yep.
It's do you want to know who the individual is that I see here, or do you want me to just ask the question?
You can ask the question. Go ahead.
Okay. How are the sticks loaded into the stick laying system? Ultimately, they're going to be presented at the top, and they're manually loaded. These sticks will be manually loaded. Yep.
Okay, excellent.
So,
is there another one there you'd like to go for?
Yeah, is grading done after the Sawbox? Yes. So our boards are being graded after the Sawbox, and we have a camera and laser scanners just attached to the carriage of the bandsaw and the rib saw, and we are checking with the camera from the top the quality of the boards and also the dimension of the boards, and we trace all the lumber. The individual boards from the Sawbox down to the stack.
We're
should be watching. I should be looking to the camera.
No problem. What do I figure? I have what is the intake? Sorry, what is the intake the Sawbox can handle?
We are calculating with 10,000 to 15,000 cubic meters per of logs coming in. So this is what we can handle with this machine.
That's a single shift.
That's a
Single
shift,
8-hour shift.
260 days
Yep.
a year. So 10 to 15,000 cubic meters.
Okay.
But what we did not mention yet is that on this system, also on the system here, you can add another unit, another Sawbox on the opposite side. So you can actually handle up to 30,000 cubic meters per year by using two Sawboxes on a single shift. So if you run two Sawboxes on two shifts, then you are up to 60,000 cubic meters per year. Okay.
I have a question here about delivery. So if I were to buy a Sawbox, how do I get it to my site in British Columbia, Canada?
Well, after completing a sale on a transaction, the logistics about getting it there, obviously it would be put into sea cans. The sea cans would be loaded and transported. Depending on the location, whether you're in northern British Columbia or southern British Columbia, you go into the appropriate port. They would be delivered on site. Springer, ultimately facilitates the organization of the sea cans, the extraction of the equipment, and then aiding the general contractor in the installation.
Okay, excellent. Does Springer manufacture in Canada or the US?
We have partners we are working with. Yes, we are manufacturing parts of the unit. That's what we are planning. So this unit is the first unit we delivered to a client. But upcoming projects, definitely we will be working together with partners in North America, as we do already for other components for our clients up in North America, in Canada or US.
Michael, can you just go over the minimum and maximum log diameters? Because there's another question here that's being asked in that regard.
Minimum diameter would be 10 inches. And the maximum diameter is 40 inches. So we are talking about 200 mil, 250 mil, or 25 centimeters to 100 centimeters we can handle with this unit.
Okay, I have a question here. What is the lead time?
Lead time. So if you order it, let's say now, you will have it on site running with the first log, producing the first boards within 15 months. This is what we are calculating. This is what we are able to handle. So 15 months from start of ordering to the first board on site.
Okay, got a question here. Can the Sawbox handle hardwood?
It can handle theoretically. So right now we focus on softwood. We still have to do our homeworks on hardwood, but yes, in the future, we definitely can handle hardwood as well. As you know, as everybody knows, hardwood is a different field. It's a different world, but right now we focus on the softwood. Hardwood will definitely come up as well. Yes.
Okay, and what does maintenance look like?
Very simple. So what we did during our test run in our factory, in our headquarters, we changed the saw plates, or let's say the saw plate for the pencil, on every shift. So this is the main.
After 8 hours of production.
After 8 hour production, yeah. You could run, but I would say after a production of fully 8 hours, you should change the saw plate.
Or one block if it has a rock in it.
Or a nail, hopefully not. Chipper heads and the rib saws as required.
Okay, I have another one here. We're getting down to it here. Is this new technology installed on new mills of West Fraser and Southeast states of US? maybe can for also?
No, not yet. Hopefully soon. Yeah, would be great. Not yet installed, not a single unit yet installed in North America. We have a lot of requests, inquiries from all over the world, from New Zealand via Australia to North America. So we definitely believe it will have an impact on the market. And we had this during the test run in Austria. We had more than 100 clients coming from all over, checking the facility, and we have really good leads on these machines.
Okay,
You want to say, we'll answer the question here. There's a question about spare parts in America. So obviously everything, there are spare parts in Greer, South Carolina.
Yeah, we have a warehouse in South Carolina with about 5 people right now working, receiving orders and sending the spares. And definitely this warehouse is also, of course, available for the Sawbox. So for the North American market, yes, we have our warehouse for spare parts, and also for service is available. Service is available in North America.
Okay, I think there's just one more question here before we wrap up. So to make sense financially, what is the minimum number of oak trees per annum would you need to cut to recover the cost in 10 years?
It's a hardwood question. Okay.
It's a hardwood question. So there are many factors to consider, actually. So we need to know how much does the client get for the lumber, for the fiber he's producing. Those are details we have to dig into it.
Yeah. But we would be happy to help them out.
Absolutely.
And figure out whether or not the solution would work.
Yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much, guys. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have left for the webinar. I want to thank Springer for sponsoring the webinar, as well as Michael and Sean for speaking with us today and giving us a tour. So thank you all for joining us as well, and keep an eye out for that survey that'll pop up once we close the webinar, and keep your eye open on your inboxes for an email with a link to the recording. And hope you all have a great day, and thank you all so much. Take care.
Goodbye from Austria.
Bye.